Wog's Kitchen. On today's tutorial, I've got a tutorial called Biryani. Now, this dish normally comes from either Pakistan or India, or it's typically a South Asian dish. So there's two parts to this biryani. So there's a curry part and then there's the rice part. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry 5 large onions until they're nice and crispy brown. Once they fry them off, I'm going to place them on a paper towel and keep them aside for later on. So over here, I've got 1.5 kilos of chicken thighs. I've got a full bulb of garlic and a thumb size bulb of ginger. Now I'm going to fry this off only for a couple of minutes until my chicken changes color, and then remove it from the dish. I've got another 5 onions here. Now I'm going to cook this onion until it's lightly golden brown. So the trick with biryani, especially the curry part of it, is you don't want a wet, moist curry. You want the curry to be as dry as possible. The reason why is if it's very moist or too watery or anything like that, you're going to get soggy rice, which is not what we want. So I added a teaspoon of turmeric. I cooked off the turmeric for about a minute. After that, what I did is I added only 2 large tomatoes and 1 full green chili. Now you can dice your chili or slice it up, whichever way you want. I'm going to cook my tomato till my tomato is broken down, and I'm only adding 1/4 cup of water here. I've added 2 teaspoons of salt, and now I'm adding my chicken back in. So because this chicken is boneless, you don't need much cooking time. So I'm only going to cook this part for about 5 minutes until the chicken releases its juices. And once it's done that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt and give that a good mix. Now I'm going to use the Sindhi Biryani Masala by Shan. Now I'm going to use the entire packet. The reason why is I've also got 6 cups of basmati rice and I'm using 1.5 kilos of chicken. So if you'd like to use less, by all means. But 1 packet will be enough. I'm going to cook the chicken off the masala off for about 5 minutes. Now I added 1 more large tomatoes. The reason why is I like the different texture of the tomato in the rice. So once the oil's risen to the top in your curry part, I'm going to add my potatoes. Now I've added 8 potatoes here and I've chopped them into 3/4. Now this part I'm only going to cook for 10 minutes and I'm going to cook it on medium heat. Now that's obviously not enough time to cook the potatoes, but there's 2 parts to this cooking, the biryani. So in a large pot, I'm going to bring about 2 liters of water to a boil. I've added 2 teaspoons of salt and 4 teaspoons of cumin seeds. Once my water is boiling, I'm adding my 6 cups of basmati rice. Now I've washed this and they've been soaking for about 3 hours. Now the trick here for not mushy rice is once the rice has been added to the boiling water, you only cook it for 9 minutes. Not 10, not 12, not 7, just 9 minutes. Once you've hit that 9-minute mark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain my rice. And over here, I'm going to layer my curry and my rice. So the first part is I add a little bit of oil from the curry that's at the top. And then first what I do, so the first layer is I try to only put the liquid part of the curry, which is not a lot, as you can see. Then I ladle in a couple of more layers of the curry. Now, second part is I'm only going to add the potatoes. Keep in mind my potatoes aren't cooked. And I'm going to try and put my potatoes onto one side. Once I've done that, I'm going to recover it with rice. And the final layer is I'm going to add all the chicken. And once I've added the chicken, on top of that is I'm going to also add the rice, and I'm going to cover it. Now keep in mind guys, at this stage the rice, the heat level here is extremely high. I'm going to put it on the highest level as possible. Now just before we go off, now remember the onions that I fried off before. I'm going to add that to the top, and I'm going to make a couple of holes just to help the steam get through and the rice cook evenly. I'm going to put a towel on top of everything, then I'm going to put the lid on top. Now what I do now is I cook it on low heat for 40 to 45 minutes. That way the potatoes will get cooked as well and the rice will be perfect. And that's basically it guys. It's not that hard, and it's actually really simple, just a little bit time consuming. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to garnish my biryani. So I garnished it with some fresh ginger. I've got coriander here. I'm going to use some pomegranate seeds, and I'm going to have some lemon slices on there also. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and until next time, thank you very much guys. Have a lovely day.